Bet you thought you'd seen the last of me, huh? Hi, I'm Ariel, and I'm the station manager of KVRX. Now, bon, la dernière fois, j'ai parlé de mes albums préférés, et ouais, ça c'est vrai, mais maintenant, je veux partager des albums qui ont changé ma vie, et la façon dont je vois le monde en entier, le monde de la musique, et surtout l'amitié here at KVRX. So, let's get things started. This is the Cocteau Twins' 1986 compilation album, The Pink Opaque. It's older than I am, this record is, and the Cocteau Twins are one of the most treasured finds that I have found here at my time. I don't know if I would have ever found them without KVRX, and if I would have, I wouldn't have had the storied history and legacy of them shared to me by people that I like and admire and respect, being my fellow DJs here. And I think I've probably transcended to another dimension listening to the Cocteau Twins. They're unlike any other sense of perfection that I've ever heard musically. Like, Lorelei is probably the best song I've ever heard in my life. The Cocteau Twins uses a drum machine, but this is one of the best drum machines I've ever heard. And if you listen to it, maybe the best drum machine you've ever heard also. But above all, like, the percussion, the guitars, the bass, like the production level, it all meshes together with these otherworldly vocals of Elizabeth Fraser, and it's just a gem and the most amazing thing ever. So I love the Cocteau Twins. The Spangle Maker on here is also a great song, and Pearly Dewdrops Dropped, which was also in The Perks of Being a Wallflower, if you like that movie. Next is Deafheaven's 2015 release, New Bermuda. This is a follow-up to Sunbather, which came out in 2013. If you're in music around that time, like, if you know, you know, Sunbather changed the game, but New Bermuda was also a great follow-up as well. Deafheaven does this thing called black gaze, which didn't start with Deafheaven, but they do it very well. It actually started in France, fun fact, but there's just like so many levels on this record and in Deafheaven's entire discography of like just brutal metal sometimes. Like, you're like, man, this is some thrash stuff going on here. But then they bring in the shoegaze and the post-rock, and sometimes you feel like you're in a dream. And one song on here is Luna, and it just feels like so many different points you could associate with like actions or feelings, and like just the journey that the song takes you in the album is very, very interesting, very special. There are definitely moments on here that I feel like everyone, despite your musical taste, could find some element of beauty and character. Next is Emily Haines and the Soft Skeletons Choir of the Mind. This is a member of Broken Social Scene and Metric and her solo work. So she has a few solo albums to her name, only a couple, but this came out, we got it in our new bin, and I was really stoked that I had the chance to play Emily Haines of Metric, because she's someone I very much aspire to have traits similar to as far as working in music and creativity. This was also around the time where she covered an LCD Sound System song. It's not on the album, but overall, it's a really great chance to hear Emily Haines when she's not doing indie rock, when she's not making synth rock, just you want to hear Emily Haines and her voice. And I listened to her a lot over winter break of 2018, so it's a great album. Now we will move on to emo Ariel, starting with high school emo Ariel. This is Into It Over It's 2013 release, Intersections. This was during the peak time of Midwest emo revival, that some might say, and Into It Over It was definitely in the middle of it all. He was also in Pet Sematary and There. And this was the first album that I listened to front to back, no distractions, as in a time of listening and thinking critically to music. So it was a very important gateway in that respect. And the first song that I ever played on KVRX was Contractual Obligation. It's the final track on this album. So I love Into It Over It. Now we will move on to college emo Ariel. This is Foxing's 2015 album Dealer. Foxing was also around the time of the mid-2010s, early 2010s emo revival with Into It Over It, but in high school, like, Foxing wasn't my band. But by the time I got to college again, the gears turned differently. You think differently about the past and the present, and Foxing totally clicked with me now. This was an album that I listened to during these moments in late college when I'm starting to transition into young adulthood, figuring out what are my next steps. I fell asleep to this album in the KVRX library once. I listened to them after my evenings and my on-campus job. Yeah, they take emo to a different level as far as like production and all the sounds that you think you can make inside of it. Eiffel is a deep cut on here. It's one of the best. Don't sleep on Eiffel, please. So yeah, these are the albums that changed me in a lot of ways. So I hope you like them. There might be something for you there. So thank you for supporting KVRX.
We purged on the